Welcome back to Football Frenzy. We move to the college levels. The Ohio Bobcats are back in Athens tomorrow with their home opener against the West Virginia Mountaineers.
It's an exciting Big 12 MAC matchup between two local teams and what will certainly be a packed house over there at Peden Stadium. I have more on the big game kicking off in Athens.
For the first time in 76 years, the Mountaineers of Morgantown are invading Peden Stadium. It's been a lopsided series as West Virginia is 13-4 against OU all time, including winning the last 4 in a row at Milan Puskar Stadium. This time they're in Bobcat territory, and Coach Rod isn't underestimating last year's MAC champs.
They've got, even though their head coach left, their coordinator stay, and so their culture, if that's the right word, is already established there because of the staff that returned, and it's going to be a big challenge. I think our guys got to learn. I told them we got to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable because we're going to be in a small locker room, a long bus ride against a good team with an explosive quarterback, and it's going to be an interesting challenge.
Despite putting the ball on the ground 5 times against Robert Morris, head coach Brian Smith knows what the Mountaineer offense is capable of.
Like you said, right, there was some turnover issues that they had. That's things that may happen in a first game. So once they kind of settled down and were able to get things rolling, I think you saw what their potential is. And Rich Rod's a very good coach, and they're going to play fast on offense. They're going to play with a lot of tempo. He coaches his teams hard. They're typically going to be physical. They're going to live on running the football. So I appreciate the brand that he represents.
Ohio put up a great fight against Rutgers and feels good about their Week 1 performance despite the loss. However, they know West Virginia will bring different challenges they'll have to adjust to come Saturday.
I would say West Virginia is going to play at a much faster tempo than Rutgers did, for sure. I think that's more of what their culture is and who they are, what the coach wants to be. So there's more prep in that this week in terms of how we handle tempo, getting our calls and getting a line faster, things like that.
Interestingly enough, Coach Rod's previous team, Jacksonville State, met the Brian Smith-coached Bobcats in a bowl game last season. And though Rodriguez wasn't with Jack State at the time, it still gives both sides mutual game film to look over.
We've watched the bowl game, but I'm sure they've watched it too. So it's not like we get info on them and they got info on us. You get an idea, but you're going to get more. I think we'll get more idea from them from watching their game against Rutgers than maybe the game against Jack State.
Kickoff is set for 4 p.m. All right, from Athens, Griffin Albright, WTAP Sports, this is home.
Coming up next on Football Frenzy, we've got your play of the night.
But first, here's a look at some of the games you can expect to see this weekend on the gridiron and next Friday on the high school level.